Hi, I'm Mark Cavendish, and you guys have been sliding into my DMs, so I'm going to have a look at them, read them, and tell you what you want to know. Do you have any quirky pre-race rituals or superstitions? Really, nothing quirky. There's only one thing I do, and my first teammate, when I turned professional, he was the son of Eddie Merckx. He's called Axel Merckx, and he told me when I was first rooming with him that he never ever puts his numbers on the day before a race. We get our numbers before the race, like the day before, and he always left them and put them on the day of the race. And since then, I've always done that. Cycling tech has evolved. Is there a piece of old school equipment you still use? You know what? I don't think there's really old school equipment. You're left behind if you do that. But I think I still have pretty old school mentality compared to a lot of the other riders. I think there's a mentality if that counts as equipment. I like to just ride my bike for training. There is specific stuff we have to do, but I kind of just ride my bike. I'm not obsessive over numbers on everything. It's simply about riding your bike and riding it fast, and that's about as old school I can get. What's beautiful about cycling is the technology is always advancing, and when you can feel your bike going quicker, you know you're in a better chance of winning. So try not to be left behind on that point. Does your bike have a name? If not, what would you name it? No, it doesn't have a name. As a pro, I love my bike. I love our bike, but our bikes are kind of our tools. They change consistently. I have a number of bikes throughout the year. You don't get that attached to them really. Like you do, I love it. I look after it. I make sure it's washed. I make sure it's functional. But you don't really get that attached to have a name for them. Food you crave the most after a hard training session? Oh, do you know what I crave a lot is crisps. And I don't know whether that's a loss of salt when we're riding through sweating so much, but we obviously don't have them, or we have super low fat ones sometimes. But it's what I binge on when my season's over, and I think it'll continue to be like that. What's the most surprising song on your playlist? Wow, there's a lot. There's really a lot. There's everything from Disney songs for the kids to Scatman John to classical, like piano concertos, like from Mozart. I think if you looked at my playlist, I think a lot would surprise you. It's so mad and so erratic that it surprises me sometimes. What do you hope people say about you in 20 years' time? That's a good question. You know, when people say to me that they're inspired to ride a bike by watching me, whether it's kids or adults, it doesn't matter. That always fills me with the biggest sense of pride. And during my career, I've seen a growth of cycling in the UK. To think I've been a little part of that is, or could have been a little part of that, is something pretty special. And I think that'll never get old. If people know having a little impact on them enjoying riding a bicycle, racing or commuting or training or just enjoying it, then that'll make me happy for the rest of my life. If you could go on a ride with any celebrity, living or dead, cyclist or not, who would it be and why? Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, I don't know, like a great leader from an empire that, you know, you read about or you listen to podcasts about, and you'd love to know that person, ride that person, and see what they do by riding a bike. It's pretty down to you how you ride a bike, isn't it? What's the best piece of advice you've ever received on or off the bike? On the bike, actually. Sir Bradley Wiggins, he taught me how to pursue, and I wouldn't have got an Olympic medal in Rio in 2016 if he didn't teach me how to do it. I ran the Omnium, and the individual pursuit was part of that Omnium. It's an event, and I just couldn't nail my pursuit, and we just did a training session, and Bradley said, try this, and straight away I nailed it, and without that I wouldn't have got a medal. I can't tell you what it is though. Are you actually retiring this time? Yes, I think so. I'm retired from the Tour de France. That's my last Tour de France, that's sure. See what else happens, but I won't be riding the Tour de France again. Hi, I'm Mark Cavendish. Thank you all so much for your questions. I'll see you next time.